I fully believe that if somebody's trying to tell you that they knock it out of the park, they've never lost money, they're lying to you. They are straight up turn around and run away. There's something wrong with them. Everybody's probably going to lose money sometime.
It's time for the Creative Real Estate Podcast, your source for out-of-the-box real estate investing strategies, brought to you by ecospace.com. Now, here's your hosts, Adam and Jason.
Hey, real estate investors. It's Adam A. Adams. Today, I'm filling in for Jason J. Lewis, and what we're going to be talking about, and by the way, you probably hear it a little bit echoey. I'm actually at the gym today, and I found out that I'd get an opportunity to share a quick story with you, and I wanted to take and seize that opportunity. And so I'm still recording. You're probably hearing that the sound quality is just totally different than normal. I hope you'll look past that because, on this podcast, we're always trying to use really good mics. Really, what I wanted to talk about is a property that I lost a little bit of money on, and it's a fix and flip that I was doing many years ago. I think this was in 2015 or 2016. I ended up purchasing a property off of a tax deed sale. So basically, they auction off these properties. And the property looked fine. It looked great. And there was enough room that I thought we would have a really good bid on the tax deed. This was in one of the counties of Florida, actually. And part of this story is that we were having a hurricane coming through. And so me and my business partner decided to go ahead and look further into it. So I had my boots on the ground guy check it out. And he said, it had been in a fire and it looks like 3 of the walls are standing. And so we should be able to because 3 walls are standing, we're not going to need to knock it down or anything like that. So he got a contractor up in Indian River area. He was able to get a contractor to come and check it out, look at it. And the contractor verified it. The contractor said, yeah, because, 3 walls are standing, we'll be able to do this and this and this. So we got a bid before we ever went to auction. We got a good bid from the contractor. So we ended up spending about $15,000 for this property. And it was just a single family residence, right? We ended up spending about 15 grand for it. And the work that needed to be put into it is about 70,000, and the ARV, that means after repair value, was going to be between 250,000 and 300,000. So we were set to really make a ton of money on this property. And then because of the hurricane, it was kind of coming through. What had happened was as the hurricane was kind of coming through, it was getting really challenging to get a contractor out to anything because everybody's houses were getting taken apart by the wind and the hurricane. And after the hurricane was over, additionally, you couldn't find a contractor in this area because they were like oil. They were like gold. They were a resource that was very much needed, and everybody was looking for a contractor. And so basically, what was going on is we ended up getting a hard money loan for $15,000, not a huge hard money loan. We ended up getting a hard money loan for that amount. And this property was actually costing us, it cost 3 points down, and it was costing a little over 1% every month. And just the time that we were waiting on this, we were just pouring into the property. And it was just a challenge to even get a contractor. So what we ended up doing is, the city called us. The city reached out to us and said, hey, that property is dangerous. If the hurricane comes through, it's going to blow all this debris into the other houses. So you actually have to bulldoze it. So this changed everything for us. So we ended up spending quite a bit of money. I think it was $10,000 to bulldoze it down. And now basically we couldn't find a contractor, by the way. The city had to find the contractor because nobody we called was going to be able to do it, but the city hired somebody, maybe from the city. They just tore down this entire house right before the storm came and cleaned it all up. And now it was going to need it wasn't going to need to be a $70,000 thing anymore. It's going to need to be like a $150,000 to $200,000 project. And it was still costing us more money every single month. Every single month, it was costing us points. So we did a fire sale. We just sold the land. We sold the land for like $20,000. But because of the cost of bulldozing it, the cost of the points, even though we sold it for more than we bought it for, we ended up losing about $5,000 on that project. And so it just goes to show you that even when you think you do everything right, some things can happen kind of like against you in this business, in this real estate business. There's always tricky things. So 2 takeaways from this story is number 1 is that you've got to understand that some projects are going to be knock in the park or whatever they call it. It's going to be just amazing. Knock it out of the park. That's what I was looking for. They're going to be amazing. You're going to make tons of money on them. I could tell you about other projects that we literally made hundreds of thousands of dollars on one project, right? And then we get this project and it's stressful. It's taking a lot of time. It's taking energy. And we end up doing all of the underwriting. We're having the right contractors. And it's showing that we are going to probably make over $100,000 on this project. Then we end up losing $5,000. So the takeaways are, look, some of these projects you're going to win, some you're going to lose. You can't have it where you're flawlessly making money on every single project. And I fully believe that if somebody's trying to tell you that they knock it out of the park, they've never lost money, they're lying to you. They are straight up turn around and run away. There's something wrong with them. Everybody's probably going to lose money sometime. And it's the other takeaway is that even though you get knocked down, you want to get back up, because like that year, for example, I remember that our company just did so well. My personal income from the real estate that year was $250,000. And we lost $5,000 on one of our projects. And some people, they would have like done that one project and then completely stopped. They would have quit. They would have said, hell no, like this is a risky, scary business. I don't want to be caught with my pants down. I don't want to do everything right and then have a hurricane in a city come in and change the rules on me. So I'm out. With that said, I do have a tattoo. I've got one main tattoo. One of them has a swimmer, biker, runner, because I used to do triathlon. The other tattoo really means persistence, determination, omnipotence. It just means to me, like, if you quit after failing once, you're going to lose money and you'll think that the thing is bad and you'll tell everybody else that the thing is bad. I fully believe in real estate, even though on more than one occasion, I've lost money. I can actually tell you about a project that my company lost about $500,000. And I'm still in the game. I'm still owning property. In fact, just this week, I'm closing on 3 more properties this week. So as we're recording this in February, my attorney is writing up a contract for the sale of 3 properties that I'm buying out. So it's still something that I do. It's still something that I like to do. And I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get hit in the face. It's going to hurt bad. But I am going to get back up, because persistence and determination are the 2 things that give you endless potential. I'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to the Creative Real Estate Podcast. And if you got value from this episode of the podcast, please take the time to leave us a rating and review on iTunes. Give us a written rating and a review. We'd really, really appreciate it. I'm going to let you go, but until next time, think outside the box.